All right, well, it is 5:30. Let's go ahead and call to order this meeting of the Planning and Zoning Commission. First thing on our agenda is the citizens' general discussion. Is there anybody here who wishes to, who has anything to discuss other than something from our regular agenda items? All right, I'll go ahead and close the citizens' general discussion. First up is the approval of minutes. We need to consider the approval of minutes from August 20, 2025. Commissioners?
So moved.
Second.
Brian and Nick, all those in favor of approving the minutes from August 2025, say aye.
Aye.
Awesome, thank you. Okay, so as you know, items number 4, RZ 9072, it has been pulled from the agenda. So what we're going to actually do is we're going to start with the last item on our agenda, the what's coming in at number 8, applicant number RZ 9109. We're going to deal with that first, and then we'll come back to the Joel Allen's when we're finished with this one. So this application number RZ 9109, applicant Bo Mayo, representing Erath County Investments LLC, is requesting a rezone of property located at 380 East Elm, parcel R28924, being Block 8, Lot 9 and 10 of the S2400 Cage Edition to the City of Stephenville, Erath County, Texas, from R2, 1 and 2 family residential, to R3, multiple family residential. Mr. Killen.
Thank you, Madam Chair and Commissioners. Tonight, we're asking that you consider a rezoning request to provide a recommendation to the City Council on what that recommendation would be. This is for a property located at 380 Elm, as mentioned. The comprehensive plan for the Stephenville 2050 plan designates this as a complete neighborhood, and what Mr. Mayo is proposing would be in alignment with the comprehensive plan complete neighborhood, which is a diverse housing selection with some retail in the area. So his request is for a rezone to R3 from R2.5, as you stated. You might recall Mr. Mayo came to us in October of 2022 requesting a rezone of several parcels adjacent to 380 Elm. He was looking to have that rezone from R2 to R3, so from 1 and 2 family to multifamily, and he has an intended project there for apartments. And I think you're familiar with Mr. Mayo. He does quite a few apartment dwellings across the city, and he builds a good product and has been with the city for many years. So he is a familiar face. This property has recently been acquired, or he's under the acquisition process, and it will be brought into that those other parcels that were considered in 2022. And so with that, Madam Chair, it's a rezone for a multifamily apartment complex. Mr. Mayo is here if you have any additional questions, and I'll be glad to answer anything that the commission may have. Again, complete neighborhood, if we want to look at the definition of complete neighborhood, on the second page of the staff report, it is uses of moderate density, which would be the apartments, and mixed housing types, and again, local retail along the active corridors. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you, sir. Commissioners, do you have any questions for Steve?
The other properties that we've already discussed with them, they're already R3s, is that the way I'm reading this map?
Correct.
Okay, it's kind of blurry.
The map, the blue portion is the one that is still zoned 1 and 2.
And then the
R2.
pink is.
And he is again acquiring that property and will bring it in with the rezone, with the other parcels adjacent to him.
And his properties are the pink ones?
Yes, sir.
Yes, okay.
Any other questions? All right, Mr. Mayo?
Mm-hmm.
Do you have anything you'd like to add?
I'd just be happy to answer any questions if anybody has any questions about it. I would say that it's, I mean, if you look at the map there,
I'm sorry, if you could come up to the,
mic.
yeah, so that everybody online can hear you as well.
Yeah, if you did, I mean, if you look at the map there, the blue part is, it just recently came up for sale, and basically is just, there's a junky old trailer house on there, and I was glad that it did come up for sale because I was able to add it to this project. And, you know, it kind of completes it, and that squares that whole area off, and it's just gonna make for a nicer development, so, anyways.
Okay, excellent. Commissioners, do you have any questions, Mr. Mayo? Thank you, sir. All right, I'm going to go ahead and open a public hearing. Is there anybody here who wishes to speak in favor or against this rezone request?
My name's Hayden Heaton. I live on the property just north of his property. Nothing against him, but I am against this project just on the basis of it will raise property value, which in turn raises my property taxes, which I'm not for. And we already have a busy neighborhood as is, from people cutting through the neighborhood and the trash disposal company. Our roads are already tore up, and we don't need more traffic as is. And we already have a set of apartments. I'd rather see single-family homes there rather than another set of apartment complexes that turn over residents and you don't know them, can't make connections with them, and don't treat the neighborhood very well. And also, a set of apartments right across from my home would kind of impair my ability to enjoy my own property, because I'm then looking at apartments rather than grass or another nice home or something. But, thank you.
Thank you, sir. If you could fill out, there's a form probably located over there that just your name so that we can get it for the record.
Yes, ma'am.
Awesome, thank you so much. Anybody else here who wishes to speak for or against this rezone request? All right, I'll go ahead and close the public hearing. Commissioners, we need a motion to discuss.
Make a motion, recommend to City Council approval of case number RZ 9109.
Second.
All right. Thoughts?
I have one question for Steve, if I may.
Yes.
On the traffic density, what would that do to us?
Well, sir, the traffic density is not something that we generally get into at this point
Right.
in the development process. But when Mr. Mayo comes forward with his site plan, that's when we look at those type of development questions.
Okay.
So tonight, it's a valid question, not trying to dispute that. We just don't have any type of data. Generally, what it's going to require before a TIA is even required
Yeah.
is 1,000 trips per day. And I don't know that we're going to see that
Probably
with
not
the
in that
capacity that we're looking at with what Mr. Mayo's proposing.
Okay.
Other questions? Concerns? We ready to vote? Okay, all those in favor of recommending to council approval of this rezone request, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? All right, so Mr. Mayo, the next stop on your journey is to meet with the city council first Tuesday of the next month, and they will make the final decision. Sir, if you'd like to go also to that meeting and present your objections, they will make the final decision, so. Thank you both for being here tonight, and you are free to go unless you just want to stick around. All right, so the first and last item of the agenda is application number RZ 9072. Applicant Joel Allen, representing Allen Real Properties LTD, is requesting approval of an amended plat with simultaneous rezoning of a portion of property located at 0 Northwest Loop, parcel R22427, being approximately 3.66 acres of the A0515 Motley William of the city of Stephenville, Erath County, Texas, from B2 Retail and Commercial to R2.5 Integrated Housing. The portion of parcel R22427 that is rezoned will become part of parcel R77510, zoned R2.5. Mr. Kelvin.
Thank you, Madam Chair, Commissioners. I did receive communication from Mr. Allen. He's not going to be able to make it tonight, but he did ask that we proceed with the request if it meets your pleasure. Asking that the commission consider this rezone request, make a recommendation to the city council under the 2050 Stephenville plan. The future land use is complete neighborhood. Mr. Allen's plans for both parcels would fall within that designation of complete neighborhood. The parcel that he is to the north, if we can, in the frame that you're looking at now, it would be the lighter green. That's a 36-acre parcel. We've discussed that before. He's got a single-family residential development planned there, but what he's wanting to do is cut two triangular pieces out of the darker green parcel to the south, and, at least on that screen. And bring those into that 36-acre parcel on the top side, and that would allow his site plan to bring in some additional housing units. He is going with straight, single-family, according to the latest site plan. And so because he was asking for a rezone for those two triangular pieces in the darker green parcel, we had to go through this simultaneous consideration of an amended plat. And if the amended plat is only approved if the rezone is approved. So, Commissioners, what we're asking for tonight is consideration on those two triangular pieces to be rezoned from B2 retail and commercial to R2.5, which is a housing classification. Again, pulling those two triangular pieces into the property to the north. In your packet, and we just had this updated a few moments ago, but there is a copy of the plat. And Jeff, I know it's difficult for you to scroll this quickly, but it looks like we're quite a few pages down, looks like 22 of the packet. So thank you, sir. And Madam Chair, I'll just it's a little bit confusing, but what I want to show, Jeff, can scroll down just a little bit. So this is the 36 acres where the housing development's going to be. This is the retail portion here. The original shape of the property was as listed here. He's bringing in this triangle and this triangle into the property to the north. And
Okay.
so because of that, we need this rezone to these two triangles to R2.5. The remainder will stay B2 retail and commercial. Again, as it moves forward to city council, if there's a favorable recommendation, regardless of how it moves forward, council will consider this. If the rezone is approved, then the amended plat can also be approved. If the rezone is not approved, then the amended plat is no longer approved. So needing your recommendation on both the amended plat and the simultaneous rezone. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Any questions for Steve?
Yeah,
Yes.
question.
Two.
Go ahead.
So there's only, let's just guess, there's only gonna be about 30 foot, maybe a little bit more on the loop that would be zoned, I guess residential.
Well, that's a little confusing. I see what you're thinking. The red is actually an overhead power line.
Okay.
And so, that's basically in the middle of that parcel, that is in the darker shaded green. Jeff, you can jump back up to those original maps.
But that's gonna divide, the business.
That will work, yes.
Okay.
Scroll up just a little bit, Jeff. The overhead power line
Right.
is basically on the B2 portion of the property.
But I mean, they are gonna divide that, like the loop is gonna stay the business district.
It's right up
Yes.
against the
Yes.
Glasgow,
Correct.
it's all
Correct.
business still?
Yeah, so
Okay.
Can you-
forest to really the directions are different out there, so obviously forest shown there, the loop, very evident, and basically he's wanting to take this triangle and this triangle and make it part of this
Okay.
property.
Okay,
But this all remains the same, B2.
okay. Okay, thank you, that helps. Other questions for Steve?
So the way that the paperwork is showing us right now is that we're doing all of that 40-acre tract instead of just the two triangles, but it's been updated since then? Is that what I understand?
The plat that's in the packet now
Yes.
is,
Is that
I
on-
was going to have to ask for conditional approval because there were certain things missing from the plat, but he's made the update, and so now Forest shows as a 70-foot right-of-way with a 10-foot dedication. He has signature blocks on it, so he met all those conditions. The plat's ready for approval as presented.
Okay, and instead of doing the plat before the rezone,
This particular provision of the ordinance
Yes.
allows for the rezone to be acted upon, and then the plat is either approved or disapproved based on the decision of the rezone.
Okay, and so the rezone won't affect anything else north of the power lines, right?
It affects
Not
both of
south
those
power lines.
parcels.
Oh, south of the power lines, right.
The parcel to the bottom parcel is going to lose about 3 acres, the top parcel will gain about 3 acres.
Okay,
And so both are affected, he owns both, and we're looking for an amended plat because he's basically changing the property.
and the other will remain commercial.
The one to the
The
bottom.
one to the south of the power lines.
Bottom is going to remain B2 commercial, the top will go to R2.5
Okay.
residential. Correct.
All right, we all good? Guys, any questions for Steve? Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and open a public hearing. Is there anybody here who wishes to speak in favor or against this rezone request? I'll close the public hearing. Commissioners?
Make a motion that we recommend to city council approval of RZ 9072.
Second.
Discussion? Good. All those in favor of recommending to council approval of RZ 9072, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? All right. Then I believe all we need is a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
We're done. How'd we do? Maybe not our best work, but 6.